Hi, I'm Sam, COMANCO here in Fleet. I'm going to talk about safety knife today. It's a common, simple tool, but it is also the cause of a lot of accidents in the workplace. Don't get complacent. Always stay focused when using this. Always going to have the correct PPE. What we stock here is Monarch safety gloves. These are level 3, and so are these Endura leather gloves. These are level 3. All knives must be sheathed, always. These sheaths are provided by COMANCO. They hook to your belt. Don't carry it by hand from place to place. You always need this knife sheathed. They have to be self-retracting knives. When you let go, it goes back down on its own. Hook blades, straight blades. They come in these containers. All you do is make sure it's facing down, hold the tab, push your knife out, get a new blade. Dispose of blades, they need to go in a safe container, just like this. Don't throw them in a trash can, don't throw them in a trash bag, don't throw them in a truck, don't leave them around in tools where anybody could accidentally grab onto them by not looking. There's a screw here, and you need to change a blade. Carefully open it up, grab the blade, not by the sharp end. Alright, we're going to dispose of that one too, safely in the container. So there's a tab here, and you got 2 notches on your knife. So you can see the blade. Go to that first notch, lock it in there, just like that. Right, make sure your spares are in there good because they can slip out of the bottom and they can cut you. Back together, snaps in place. Make sure your screws are tightened. Still retracting, everything still works. We're good. Always use a sharp blade. Always have your spare blades available. Using a dull blade will cause you to use more force, and the more force you use, the faster you come out, you're more likely to get cut. So replace your blade often. It also makes the liner prettier, makes your cuts better. Never apply any side loads. These hook blades are brittle. They'll snap off easily and they can strike you. The surface should be as close to even as possible. Work areas should be kept free of debris. Product waste should be cleaned up promptly. Alright, so what we want to do is downward pressure on the liner. Hook it to the bottom side. We can let go and make our cut. And it retracts on its own. If you drop a knife, don't attempt to catch it. If the knife is defective, if this retractable mechanism is not working, do not use your knife. Dispose of the knife. Ask your supervisor for a new knife. We stock them here. We're not going to work on these other than regular tightening the bolts and changing the blades and lubrication. Knives are a last option. Use a pneumatic bone cutter or a bone cutter to cut coupons. Knives are always a last option. These are the only knives we use unless you get a permit. Knife safety is important because 20-25% of all lost time accidents in the work industry, 94% of injuries were lacerations and 6% were stabbings. On 84% of occasions, the knife had slipped. 2% it had been dropped, and the remaining 14% of injuries happened because of other causes. There's ways to respond to a knife injury. Every cut does not cause major damage. In fact, most small cuts and nicks only cause superficial damage. However, a minor cut must still be reported and treated properly. You can cut yourself just a little bit. You can get a nick in the field, and since we work in mines and chemical processing environments, you have to report it. If you don't report it and you go all weekend and you come back to work and you got something wrong with your hand from that cut, it started going up your arm, and you didn't report it, that's all on you now. You have to report every injury, no matter how small it is.